playing Red Dead Redemption too much. Is that not Gallop? There we go, that's Gallop. Hey guys, you're back with UnorigiNik for another episode of, I guess this is Ramble Bak? I haven't made one of these for quite a while, but this has been a issue that's been really bothering me for a long time with the Nintendo Switch, and that is the functionality of the Nintendo eShop. Now I know that the eShop was born out of necessity. Obviously they needed a way to sell us games, but with the ever-growing catalogue of games coming to the Switch, with the likes of indie developers and AAA developers all seeing this as an opportunity to chuck their pre-existing backlog of games as well as new ones onto the system with its new user base, really we've got a hot mess here of recent releases which, to be honest, I don't even know what half of these games are because they just keep coming out so consistently, as well as this Discover tab here, which is just games that are popular at the moment or that Nintendo particularly wants you to buy. You've got your current offers, which is just everything that's on sale, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. And then charts, which are the games that are selling the best. And then obviously you've got the coming soon, the Nintendo Switch Online and redeem code. It's not very nice to look at, but aesthetics aside, there are 5 ways that we could absolutely make this Nintendo eShop a lot more user-friendly, and I'm going to tell you them right now in the standard YouTube list format that you're also used to if you've ever seen a Watch Mojo video. The first feature that I think they need to add to make this a lot better is user ratings. So at the moment, games are recommended by the latest releases, what's on special, or by the chart list, which shows which game is downloaded the most, but it doesn't show whether the game was actually liked. Obviously these are games that you can see reviews on YouTube or anywhere on the internet, and you know that people like them. But look at this, Nicky, the Home Alone golf ball. How do I know that this game was well received? I mean, it's 50% off, it's only 82 cents. Yeah, that's not too bad, but that doesn't tell me anything about the actual gameplay. People are just buying. This is number 17 on the list at the moment for the Australian New Zealand market, simply because it's 82 cents. That doesn't tell me if it's a good game or not. A user rating system in the eShop, or even a system that displayed the games by user engagement, would be of help. Currently developers are flooding the eShop with new games, and these are games that were developed for PC over 10 years ago and just trying their luck to introduce into a new generation of console gamers. For somebody who isn't a hardcore gamer, I just don't know what, if these games are going to be fun or not until I download them and play them. And sure, 82 cents for a game isn't, it's not going to break the bank at the moment, but it doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it just because I paid so little for it. I read an article recently that devs are actually dropping their games down to $1 or below just to be noticed on the on sale page. So this thing it's really just a hot mess if developers are having to drop that low just to end up on somebody's watch list. Anyway, moving along to number 2. I've got a whole bunch of friends on my Nintendo Switch. They're not online, but they exist. They're here. These are all 9 of them. If you want to add me, here's my friend code. But I've got all of these friends, and I've got games that I think some of them might enjoy from time to time. So why not have friend-to-friend recommendations? I mean, take a look at this Foxland 2 or whatever the hell this is. Over here on the side, we've got proceed to purchase. I can add it to my watch list. Why not have a little share button here that lets me send it to my friend at the click of a button, just, to suggest that this is a game that they might be interested in. Maybe even let me put in a little message to say, hey, this game looks pretty cool, or this is the one I was talking to you about at lunchtime that I couldn't remember because the eShop is full of generic games like this. Yay, another 8-bit side-scroller, but this one has foxes in it. And further to that, number 3, gifting games to your friends. I know some platforms support this feature. The old Wii Shop channel used to allow you to surprise your friends with WiiWare or Virtual Console games, and it was really awesome. So why not have something here that when you go through and you proceed to purchase, you get an option over here saying send to a friend. It would just make it so much better, on Christmas or birthdays when you can't actually see that person, but you've been thinking about them, that you could send them a game. Number 4, and this one really bothers me, living where I do, but it's getting rid of region lock. It's gotten to the point with the Nintendo Switch that I could get a cartridge from Japan, from Russia, if they make them there, or anywhere, and put it in my Nintendo Switch, and I'd be able to play it. I mean, I can understand why region lock is there, and I know that there are ways around it, but for example, Turok 2 is a game that's been out in the American eShop for months. It's a game that I bought in New Zealand when I was 10 years old. But it isn't on the eShop at all in New Zealand or Australia. For some reason, Nintendo Australia just hasn't released the game on the eShop here, even though you can get Turok 1. And I know that there are ways around this. I know that I could create another account and then set the country there to the UK or to America and then download it that way. Although there are still limitations on using a New Zealand credit card on a UK or US account, so I'd need to buy a gift card or a proxy credit card or something like that. It's just additional barriers that shouldn't need to exist. It shouldn't be this hard for me to give my money to Nintendo. And then finally, number 5. eShop on other platforms. I'm talking about a website and a mobile app that lets you look at the sales on the go, or when you're bored at work. Okay, full disclosure, after filming this I did find out that you can indeed buy stuff on the Nintendo website using your Nintendo Network ID. Didn't know that before. It's pretty handy, but not as useful as having an app, which is the main point of number 5. Sorry, back to the video. Personally, I find myself popping into the eShop maybe once or twice a week in that wind down spot between finishing my poop and wiping my bum, just to see if there's anything new or anything on sale on my watch list. Ooh, Aborigines. Only $3.30. Maybe I'll buy it. I don't know. I didn't even know that was there. There's probably a good chance that I missed a number of sales, and in turn Nintendo missed out on getting at least some of my money, instead of none of it at all. Expanding on this, you could create options for users to get notifications if a watchlist item is on sale, or if something recommended pops up for a sale. That's if it was like a mobile app that had push notifications or something cool like that. So I mean, these are just 5 features that personally I'd like to see be introduced to the Nintendo eShop, just to make it easier to browse and easier to discover things that you actually want to see, rather than logging in and just seeing a whole bunch of crap. I mean, who wants a motorcycle mechanic simulator? These games are not for me. These are just things I don't need to see. It's exciting, you know. There could be some little. I'm sure there's some nuggets of gold in here somewhere. I'm sure somebody's gonna put a hate comment down here if they even see this video and say, "Hey, that Football Tactics and Glory, that's a good game. You should play that. You should spend $66 on that game." And sure, you know, to each their own. But I'd like an easier way to browse this. I'd like to know when there are deals available to me, and I feel like Nintendo is just doing the bare minimum here to deliver something that they can actually sell stuff on without really caring about the user experience. And that, at the end of the day, that's the part that really matters. So that's all I have to say about that. I am now going to sign off to do some very important stuff, and I'd appreciate it if you could all bugger off now, because this video is now over. Thank you very much. Have a great day.